Hello, welcome to Here with Joe. We're here again. We're here. Just sitting here on a Thursday night. I'm a little late. I was working. I'm back in the office. Got the old day job going again. Booked on a few commercial gigs. It's good. Got to make some money for the holidays. But that's going to cause me to be a little late. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the 100 people who are downloading this still from when you found that weird Hometown Heroes podcast a few years ago and you hit subscribe and forgot all about it. And now you're just getting downloads added to your phone without even realizing it. I'm sorry to you, my most loyal fans. Excuse me. I just ate a fruit snack, and it is phlegming up my throat. What to talk about this week? I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad we're here again. Just talking to myself like a psychopath. I'm doing it in my car today. That's where I'm at. I'm outside in my car doing this because I live in a small apartment with two other people, my wife and kid, and I usually do this during the day on Thursdays when my wife's in the office, and I can yell to myself during the day in my own house. If you are a dad and you're yelling to yourself in the house while your family is there, that's unsettling. I don't want that memory stuck in my child's head when she's in therapy 30 years from now, 20 years from now. Yeah, Dad went into the other room and he just screamed into a recorder. He knew no one was listening too. That's what's crazy about it. He would just yell shit. It wasn't even good shit. Psychotic. But we're doing it. This is one of the habits. I'm trying to keep. Just a weekly check-in with myself. Maybe this is my open mic now, because there's no open mics in LA. Not many worth doing anymore, to go run your stuff, run your thoughts. You know, not quite bits, thoughts. Oh, why don't you just talk to your friends? Yeah, that too. There's friends, but sometimes, I don't need the feedback. I don't need the help. I need to just hear myself say shit out loud. Yeah, but is this worth it? No. Maybe. It's just for me. And I'm trying to just keep I don't even care if it's beneficial at all anymore. I need to stick to something. I wanted to have a podcast. In every podcast I did, it was too much homework. Hometown Heroes was fun. I liked it. But the amount of homework, I don't want to research every hometown. If I had a researcher and paid someone to hey, here's Thornhill, Ontario. Go look it up. Find out everything you can about it and get back to me. Then it would be worth it. Then I'd be down. So what do? You still need a podcast, don't you? You're a comic. You need to go out after shows and tell people to follow along. That isn't just Instagram. Have something to where you can say, hey, I'm going to be in this town. Hey, by the way, I'm not going to be in any town anytime soon. I'm not on the road right now. So this is double not worth it. This is double useless. Listen, it's really easy to be bitter when you're yelling at yourself in the car in your neighborhood. Okay? Relax. It's fine. We're just, we're here. That's the thought that's in my head right now. And that's what this podcast is all about, folks. It's just being here in the present, in the moment. Okay? What are you doing right now? It's Friday now, probably, when you're listening to this. If you're listening to this, let's be honest, you're not. Are you driving to work? Are you driving along you stuck in traffic? You wanted to listen to music, but Spotify's only, you had a bad week last week, and you were listening to a lot of sad country, and for some reason that made your Spotify algorithm think that that's all you want to listen to anymore. So you put on your Discover Weekly, and they got it wrong. And you don't feel like listening to stuff you already listened to. You want to listen to new stuff. You wanted to discover something, but you don't want to do the effort. So then you went to your podcast, and you're searching through your podcasts, and you're like, already listened to all the good ones. Definitely don't want to listen to any news right now. I don't want to think. I'm going to work. I'm stuck in traffic. Isn't this enough? So you want to put on something fun. Then you're like, well, maybe I should listen to a book. Hell no. No. I don't want to think about anything. I want to listen to a fucking moron talk to himself for 30 to 40 minutes. So I can feel like, hey, at least I'm not that. At least, hey, I got a good life. I'm going to work. Yeah, I hate my job. I hate my boss. But you know what? After listening to this guy, I don't hate myself. My God. I've done okay. So you're here, and you're listening to this. Psychopath loses mind for a few minutes. What happened this week? What happened? Anything? I was reading the news the other day. I saw, well, the main thing that happened is my old Dodgers. My God, the trolley Dodgers of Los Angeles. Probably top 3 greatest baseball teams ever put together. Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy with his on-base percentage, Clayton Kershaw, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, and Julio Urias, a young stud ace. Incredible. One of the greatest baseball teams of all time. 111 wins. I think 3rd all time. Out in the first round. Losing to the fucking Padres. Ugh. Padres. Your mascot is a pedophile. I should have known. I was with my buddy Bruce. We were at the game 2, and they lost. You lose one game in a best of 5. I was fine. It was sucked. It would have been nice to see him win there, but it was fine. Best of 5, you win at least one in San Diego, you come back home and you destroy them. It's fine. Bruce wasn't having it. He was distraught. He knew something in him. He knew already. He was pissed. He already wrote him off, and by God, he was 100% right. They tanked it. What a waste. Fucking Padres. San Diego. Why do you even have a team? I love San Diego. San Diego's a great city. But, do we need a sports team down there? Yeah. We need someone to beat up on. And yeah, every once in a while, the little brother's going to win. Every once in a while. And they did this time. God bless them. I hope they win the whole thing. Don't you dare fucking have the Houston Astros win again. Cheaters. And the Yankees. I just wanted to see a Yankees-Dodgers matchup. 2 incredible teams. East Coast, West Coast. Baseball needed it. It's been too long. Baseball needed a big marquee matchup like that. All right, I don't want to talk about the Dodgers anymore. It's depressing. Baseball's over now. I don't watch the playoffs when the Dodgers aren't in it. I'm done. We're on to hockey. We're on to football. Tennis is kind of at a standstill right now. It's kind of the boring part of the season. It's pretty much over until next year. That's it. I also read about, so I didn't realize this. Georgia. We got the election coming up. Georgia in the news, always in the news for elections. I feel like now they're the new Florida as far as, being a state that can swing things one way or another in the Senate or in a presidential election. And now Georgia is deciding, do we want to put our hopes into a Senate candidate, Hershall Walker? Do we want to put our hopes into Hershall Walker? Hey, Georgia, why don't you ask Minnesota if you should ever put your hopes into Hershall Walker? Hershall Walker, to those of you who don't know, is a old football player, running back. What a great running back he was. One of the greatest college football running backs of all times. Heisman Trophy winner. He gets drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Has a good few years there. Not incredible, but pretty damn good. I think he might have only been there 1 year. 1 or 2. Maybe 3. I don't know. But he wasn't there long, but he did pretty good as a running back, a young running back. And then Minnesota, the Vikings. They wanted him. And the new hotshot owner and GM of the Cowboys, well, he had him. And they wanted to make a deal. Dallas traded Hershall Walker for 3 number 1 draft picks and a whole bunch of other players. I think Larry Allen might have been part of that. I don't know. I know it included some linemen, some pretty incredible linemen. 3 number 1 draft picks. You know who those number 1 draft picks ended up being? Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin. And I think somehow someone that they traded with, they traded along to Atlanta to get Deion Sanders a little bit later. I don't know. That might not be true, but I know the big 3. And you know what those big 3 did? They gave Dallas a big 3 Super Bowls. You know what they gave Minnesota? Not jack shit. Hershall Walker went up there and ate a fucking bag of shit. So ask Minnesota if you want to put your hopes and dreams into Hershall Walker. Found out a little other thing about Hershall Walker. Big Trump guy. Big conservative. Religious conservative. Christian man. Pro-life. You know what else I found out about Hershall Walker? Had an abortion. Paid for an abortion. He had an affair outside of his marriage not too long ago and paid the lady to get an abortion. There's people walking by outside. They don't see me. Thank God. But he paid to have an abortion, okay? Yeah, was it convenient? Was it the right thing to do in your life, Hirsch? Did you weigh the options of like, hey, is it beneficial to bring a life into this world under these conditions? I'm not really in a place right now to start a family again. I don't want to ruin my family. Is this kid going to come into the world and have a good quality of life? If he's known, like it's going to be known that he's not wanted, isn't it the right, probably moral thing to do to terminate this pregnancy before it gets too late? Seems like a pretty logical thing to do, huh, Hirsch? Ugh. Look, I have no problem. I really don't have any problem with people who think abortion is murder or just morally against it. I don't have a problem with that. It makes total sense, quite frankly. You know, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe, and like this isn't like a COVID or a vaccine thing, like a conspiracy thing or a climate change thing where it's like there's a right and wrong answer, you know? When people say they don't believe in climate change, they're just wrong. That's not a debate. When people say they think the vaccine has, a microchip in it, that's just wrong. There's no debate there. If people say they think abortion is murder and it's morally wrong, well, that's a debate. I disagree with them. And I think the pros and cons, cost benefit of allowing a society to have abortion is a net positive. If you have less unwanted pregnancies and less unwanted babies coming to the world, you're going to have less poverty. Because those babies are going to be coming in poor. Rich people get abortions. They're going to have no problem. So whether you believe it or not, I don't care about that. I really don't. Like, I respect everyone's opinion on that. What I don't respect is hypocrisy. And what I don't respect is shitty NFL trades that ruin a franchise. The Minnesota Vikings have not won a Super Bowl ever. They got robbed out of the 1990s dynasty of Troy, Emmett, and Michael. And if that doesn't make you sick, I don't know what will. God bless you, Minnesota. I don't know how anyone's a Vikings fan after that. Well, they had a good run in the late 90s, early 2000s. Thank God they came back with Moss and Culpepper. Didn't win anything, but at least they had some fun. Ugh. Fuck Hershall Walker. Fuck him. Ugh. What else? What else is going on? I've been reading a book about habits, I'm really trying to stick to my habits of, my writing every day. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's the little incremental things. Reading a book called Atomic Habits, little tiny habits, little things. Just making yourself do it. My main one that I'm trying to work on, I've been trying to work on this for 15 years. And I've been doing it off and on. Just an on again, off again relationship is meditation. Trying to meditate every day. Every day. And the fucked up thing is I know it's good for me. Like, not that I know it's good for me because I read that meditation is good for you and it makes you mentally healthy or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking I've done it enough times and for long enough periods of times to have seen quantifiable differences. I know after a month of meditating every day how much clearer I think. It's noticeable. It's visually noticeable. Like, I can see the difference in the way I act, the way I react, the way I think, the clarity, the way I sleep. And somehow, even seeing that, I miss one day, and then 6 months will go by, and I haven't meditated one day. Something's broken. And it's fucked up that that's the habit that's the hardest to do. How? I'm not asking myself to write 10 minutes a day, 10 pages a day. I'm not asking myself to write 10 pages a day. I'm not asking myself to run 10 miles a day. I'm asking myself to just not do those things for 10 minutes a day. You don't even have to check off the habit, Mark, you don't even have to actually meditate. Just start the 10-minute clock on your phone and close your eyes and pretend to meditate. Can you do that? No. I have been, though. Been doing a good job this week. 1 week. I don't get how that's hard to do. That is such a fucking glitch in who we are. How is that hard? Don't do anything. Sit there and you do that all the time. You can't do that. You can't do nothing consciously for 10 minutes. You can't just make the choice to shut down. Unbelievable. Oh, it is so nice, though. when you do it. I fucking love meditation. It really is just shutting shit down. You just listen to your breath. Become a tree. That's all you're doing. You're just becoming a plant. Become a house plant for 10 minutes. Pretend what it's like to be a house plant. Just having no function, like a cow. You ever walk by a cow, like on a pasture, and see that like empty stare that they have? Do that. Be a fucking cow. That's my New Year's resolution. I'm trying to be a cow. You trying to lose weight? No, I want to be a cow. I want to be on my 600-pound life. Been thinking about some things. I don't get how, like, people are still racist. You notice that? People are still... It's kind of like people that still smoke. I don't get people who smoke, and I don't get people who are racist. How? If you're alive right now, that means you've been alive long enough to where, like, what movie have you not seen? What news story? Like, people that smoke. If you smoke and you're under the age of 50, anyone over like 60 or 70 that smokes, God bless you. You were alive when doctors said it would cure Alzheimer's or make you lose weight or whatever. God bless you. Got addicted. You know, it's going to kill you. You're fine. Hey, you already made it this far. Just fucking smoke it. Smoke it till you're done. But anyone younger than that, what are you doing? Have you seen that TV show, The News? Have you seen that? They did a big hit piece on cigarettes killing you like 80 years ago. What are you doing? And then people that are racist, like, it's just like, have you not figured it out yet? How? What? What is the problem? It's not real. You're being tricked. Don't hate people. How do you have the capacity to hate someone that you don't know? How can you hate people? How? When there's so many things you can hate. The amount of inanimate objects that I hate, that take up all my hate, rage capacity, I don't see how it's... I'm supposed to hate a black guy when the toilet paper dispenser in public bathrooms exists? The one with the lock and the plastic covering, and it's on the side. The ergonomics of it make no sense. I'm supposed to hate someone when that thing exists. I'm supposed to hate a gay guy when I have to stick my hand into the hole of filth and pull out rice paper to wipe my ass. How am I supposed to hate a person when that exists? How am I supposed to hate a person when I'm getting my ass beat, bitch slapped by the foam brush at the car wash every time I go? That thing? And I go back. Every time. Like a battered woman, I'll go back to that car wash and use it again and think it's going to be different. It's not. That thing's going to slap me in the face every time. The hose. And the madder you get about it, the harder it hits. You're just winding up and it's winding up. You try to get strategic with it, like scrub in circles. It's just going to give you an uppercut, a roundhouse kick. Fuck that thing. Trying to put it up ain't no picnic either. It's like a USB port. Also a shit-ass product. Inanimate object. Also an inanimate object that sucks. You're going to put it up one way, turn around the other way, it still doesn't work. Put it back the first way, it works. What does this animal do? What does that foam brush do? Spits in your face. How do you hate people when these things are running amok? I don't get it. we're at 25 minutes. I thought I had to turn the light on to see. Now cars driving by know there's a person in here yelling at themselves inside the car. Yelling about foam brushes, USB ports, and toilet paper. Where is my life? What happened? I think I'm going to get a vasectomy. I think I'm finally going to do it. Here's the thing. I tell Laura that I don't want to get a vasectomy because, and this is real. This is real because it's like, I'm still young and like, I think to myself, like, what if her and Ansley got in a car wreck? All of a sudden I'm by myself. I'm alone. And they died in the car wreck. It's not like I'm going to leave. I'm not going to get a divorce just because she wrecked the car. But yeah, they're gone all of a sudden. I'm just alone. Maybe I want to start a new family. I don't want to be alone forever. But vasectomies are reversible. Yeah, but who knows? They go sewing that thing up. You never know. It's not guaranteed they're going to just be able to open it back up. I don't know how it works. But that's what I tell her, and that's true. But that's only half true. There is another part of my head that thinks to myself, you know what? Not a whole lot of people saw COVID happening. Not a whole lot of people prepared. You know who did? This guy. This guy with the thumb pointing at his face in his car in the neighborhood, yelling to himself. That's who saw it coming. A lot of people were freaking out at the beginning. Hey, we need N95 masks. We need N95 masks. There's none. Production is halted. All the N95 masks are gone. You know who had a whole box of them? This guy. Thumb pointing at his face, this guy. You know why? I was prepared. Had my closet filled like a psycho. Had my whole earthquake kit. You don't think you need an N95 when the big one comes? The big earthquake? Everyone's buildings are crumbling down. Asbestos floating in the air. Asbestos? Asbestos? Mentos? I don't know. The cancer dust. All that's floating in the air. You don't think an N95 would come in handy? Yeah, I did. People called me crazy. Why do you got calorie food bars in your closet? Just in case. Just in case. And then it happened, and I was prepared. So yeah, at some point when nuclear winter happens, or fucking some crazy, 80% of the population drops dead, only the Moderna people are left. I'm gonna have to be there to repopulate the earth. Me, Scarlett Johansson, Rihanna, Kerry Washington. We gotta bring back. Sure, there'll be a couple guys there too. I'm sure Ryan Reynolds will be around. That's it. It's probably just us. It's gonna be a handful from each neighborhood. We got us covered. Sadly, Laura didn't make it. Ansley's gone. And I know that's not going to happen, but it's a fantasy. It's a out there crazy fantasy. And if I get a vasectomy, that fantasy's dead. Can't ever have it again. Yeah, you can pretend, but if there's not even a 0.0001% chance of it happening, is it really a fantasy? No, it's a story. It's a fiction. Oh, God. Is that a thought? Those are my keys jingling in the way. Did you think that I was joking when I said I was yelling in my car about vasectomies? soap, brushes, toilet paper, Hershall Walker, and the Dodgers. Did you think I was making it up? Oh, shit. Okay. Seemed like the car wasn't going to start, and I thought I was going to be stranded in the neighborhood, and I'm going to have to walk home with a recorder. We're at 30 minutes, folks. We can turn the car back off. That's fine. This is very intimate. I'll tell you that. None of the episodes have been this intimate. You haven't known exactly what I'm doing. But that's why it's called Here. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing. We're not living in the past. We're not living in the future. You're sitting here at fucking 10:17 Thursday night, October 20th, 2022. It is warm in this car, warmer than I wanted it to be. I thought it was going to be a little chilly out. Put my long sleeve on. Now I'm sweating. You got that visual? I'm sweating in my car, screaming into a microphone with headphones on outside people's apartments. Am I homeless? I had the audacity to make fun of someone screaming about how Jennifer Aniston stole his soul at the corner of Sunset and Laurel Canyon. I was like, hey man, that guy's crazy. He had a big picture of Jennifer Aniston screaming about it. I'm sure you've seen it. If you live in Los Angeles, I'm sure you've seen the guy. He has like a whole campaign against Jennifer Aniston. Walks around barefoot on Sunset Boulevard. It's pretty crazy, right? I bet if he could afford it, he'd have a Zoom microphone. I bet if he had a car, he'd be screaming about it into a microphone in his car. Does he still seem crazy? Yeah. Do I feel bad about making fun of him? Oh, yeah. Yep. Do I feel like kindred spirits? Maybe. Suddenly, I don't know what Jennifer Aniston's up to. I don't know her. I've never seen her. I've seen him multiple times. That's one point in his direction. I think he's onto something. Okay, here's the thing. I think we met the minimum. I think we met enough of what we need to do this week. I'm glad you were here to listen to this. Again, you're probably not. Again, these numbers are probably not real as far as the downloads. If they are, God bless you. If you're here and you're like, man, I listened to the first 3 and I just want to see where this is going, dude, fucking, you're the best. And I said dude, not dudette, because I'm sure you're a guy. Sure. You don't have enough brain cells to be a woman. Okay? Is that sexist? I don't care. We're dumber. Not that they're smarter. I don't think women are smarter than men. I think intelligence-wise, people are people, goes both ways. But 100% men are dumber. Dumb doesn't have anything to do with intelligence. Dumb is... I'll put it this way. We're better at being cows and houseplants, I think. Shutting down. I think for the most part, we're able to, we're animals. I think they're higher beings. And men are still fucking animals. Okay, well, if you're in Los Angeles and you want to see me do stand-up, I am at Tom Bergen's this weekend. Tom Bergen's on Fairfax, on Sunday night at 8. That'll be a fun show. Hopefully I get on another show some point between now and then. And it'll be on Instagram if I do. Thank you for listening. Come back next week and see where I'll be yelling at myself then. And if I still have a shred of sanity and cohesiveness? Yeah, cohesiveness. I don't know if cohesion's a word. If I still speak English next week, I'll be here. Right here. Here with Joe. Bye-bye.